listening to the Apollo Podcast Network. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to We Be Watching, the series where we talk about what we be watching. I know we all be watching something. Everyone's always watching something. You know, in this in this modern world, there's always something on to be watching. So I'll go first. I have a great We Be Watching this week. You know, last night I was on my couch by myself. I was like, man, you know, what are some blind spots for me? I got a lot of blind spots. Want to catch up on my Nolan movies. There's a few Nolan movies I haven't seen because, you know, the theme of the day is Christopher Nolan. Boom. Got a Tenet shirt right here. The GOAT. One of the GOATs. He's going to go down as maybe one of the greatest directors ever, if he already isn't. So one of the movies I haven't seen is Insomnia, starring Al Pacino, Robin Williams, Hilary Swank. It's a...
oh, shit.
Yeah, no.
My $1 Million Baby?
Oh, yeah. Great cast right off the bat. It's about a homicide detective, Al Pacino, who is in L.A., and he goes to Alaska to solve a murder who it might have been done by Robin Williams, might not have. We don't know. And some insomnia ensues in some manner.
Okay.
So because, you know, if there's a, you know what? I didn't think about this until like I was watching the movie. At a certain point in time in the year in Alaska, the sun doesn't go down for like months on end. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's
I've heard
horseshit.
about that.
Daylight
Yeah.
all the time.
So it's just sun up all the time. And people can't sleep when they get there. They're like, holy shit, how do I sleep? The sun's up.
Constantly.
That's how we operate. But yeah, Al Pacino, he's like this hardened LA detective who gets there and, you know, he's having trouble trying to find this murderer and to solve it, and he can't sleep and stuff. It kind of has that late 90s thriller feel, you know, some like sweeping shots.
So it's
and
a
like
thriller.
It is a thriller.
Okay.
It's like a thriller / mystery kind of. It's got those sweeping like aerial shots and like that 90s score kind of, but it's made in the early 2000s, so it's kind of like modernized for like the 2000s a little bit after, 2000. But it's also Christopher Nolan, so it ain't no slouch behind that camera. It ain't no slouch. So,
But you can't hear any of the audio.
you can. Oh well, actually, in this one, Christopher Nolan was like an audio merchant, and who was like, I want everything to be heard. Al Pacino, hey Albert, I don't know his full name. Hey Albert, go ahead and just yell every single line, please. Thank you, and it's just gonna come out great. Hey. That's great. You yelled at that poor little girl over there. That's we're gonna keep that in. Thank you.
I was going to ask, is this one of those Al Pacino performances is like good, or is it one of those where he like went off the deep end towards
I'll do
the
you
end?
one better. It's a great performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
no,
right.
The performances are in this are great, and there are some scenes where he's talking on the phone because he can't sleep with the killer. I'm not gonna say who it is, and he's acting his ass off. You know, it ain't Dunkachino. It ain't Dunkachino yet. This ain't Dunkachino.
All
He's
right.
gonna like pay the bills or anything. No, this is still like Al Pacino. Like, hey, I want to get back out there. And I act my ass off. You know.
Yeah, this
So-
is rent due Al Pacino, not taxes due Al Pacino.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. This is a good blind spot that I covered finally. I really recommend this one. It's a really good movie.
How's it stack up in your Nolan hierarchy?
Oh man, you got man, come on. Thing is, it's gonna sound like I don't like it, but I just love other Nolan movies so much more.
Yeah.
So this is one of them. Like you describe the plot of Insomnia, it's like wow, holy shit. Al Pacino and like Robin
Alaska?
Williams just
Sold.
trying to outact each other. Alaska, the sun won't go down. I'm in.
Say less.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'd be watching.
All right, dope. I can go next. So I also filled a blind spot last night alone on the couch. I was like, you know what? Today's finally going to be the day. I'm going to watch Star Wars A New Hope for the first time in my life.
Holy shit!
Love
I had never
it.
seen
You
it.
haven't seen that?
I've seen it now because I'd be watching. But before that, I hadn't seen it. I'd seen all the Disney ones because I'm I'm a pop culture participant. I like to go to like events.
Wait, you've seen the sequel trilogy, but you haven't seen
I
the
haven't seen the
original
sequel
movies?
trilogy.
Oh, okay.
because I just like being a part of things. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
A
that.
big blockbuster
Right,
movie.
you got some
comes
FOMO,
out.
fear of missing out.
A big blockbuster movie comes out in theaters. I love
In
going
there.
to movie theaters. I'm going.
Right.
So The Force Awakens came out. It was like the big thing. I was like a sophomore in college, I think. There's, in Waco, Texas, not a whole lot to do. Everybody's going to go see Star Wars The Force Awakens. Fuck it. I'm down. Let's go. And then I watched it from there. I watched, The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. We don't have to get into all of it right now.
Last Jedi.
But I watched it all.
Love it.
And I was like, 6 movies is a lot, to go back and watch at home
Sure
by
is.
myself.
Sure is.
So I just never got around to it. But last night I was like, you know what? I've had enough. Had enough to drink and enough to eat. Not a whole lot else to do. Fuck it. We're gonna put on A New Hope. So I watched it last night, and it's pretty good.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good movie. In my opinion, it's not the masterpiece that it once was, because it's just like I literally feel like the 2 following movies in that trilogy kind of like top that, in my opinion. But
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
expecting.
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna watch the next 2. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and watch the prequels. Everyone says they suck. So we'll see.
Empire
Revenge
best
of the
movie.
Sith is very good.
Empire is the best one.
That's what I hear. So I'm excited to watch Empire Strikes Back. Definitely gonna watch that.
It's classic. It's just cinema. You
Yeah.
just watch it and you're like, man, that is cinema. And like that's everyone walked out of the theater going, cinema, like, to Empire.
Martin
That's what I
Scorsese
said
was
about
like,
Revenge of the
this
Sith.
this is cinema.
No, literally, they're like that. Martin Scorsese talks about like big blockbuster movies like ruining everything. He probably wasn't talking about the
Empire Strikes
original
Back.
trilogy. No way. He probably loved it.
But yeah, as far as A New Hope goes, it came out in 1977. Like some things have changed since then. We've gotten
We have
some
advanced.
we've gotten some new things. It was a lot smaller of a movie than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because like people have been fighting about this like Star Wars universe for 45 years now.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like this giant thing, like immediately, like this big space epic, like where you're just traveling across galaxies that feel huge and lived in and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, this is just a really small, like ragtag group of like adventurers. It's like 4 people
Yeah.
that you care about.
Yeah.
Like,
It's what it is at its heart, is an adventure movie with a group of people that you really like.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's
And I
a
was
great
like,
way to describe
This
it.
is cool. This is cute, quaint. I like it. So I'm definitely gonna watch the next one, and then if I'm assuming I'm gonna love Empire Strikes Back. Everyone says it's the best one in the series.
No, it's fantastic.
So I'm
movie.
assuming I'm gonna watch. What's the third one? Is it
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, which is pretty
Okay.
good. It's pretty good.
cool? Yeah. So I'm gonna watch the original trilogy. I'm gonna finish it out.
And
Hell
You're
yeah.
not going to watch the prequels at all?
We'll see.
They're optional.
6 movies is a lot. Like
They're optional.
They're
that's-
not great, but like
Everyone says they're
Revenge of the
very
Sith is a
bad. Actually,
masterpiece,
what?
in my personal opinion.
Which one?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Is that?
I'm
the,
gonna flack.
It's
I'm gonna
very
get flack
good.
especially from producer Josh, which we've definitely talked about this before. I don't think Revenge of the Sith is very good at all.
Okay.
Wrong.
And you know what? I accept that. As that is your opinion.
It is my opinion.
And it is all subjective.
Fact.
And I'm
Revenge of the Sith, 5 stars on Letterboxd from me.
I've heard enough people say that Revenge of the Sith is actually not good for me to be like, you know what? I don't want to sit through
No.
Yeah.
2 movies that everyone agrees are not good.
Well, Attack of the... This is a separate video.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Attack of the Clones is horrible.
Well, see, this is why it took me so long to start this series, because like 6 movies is a lot of movies, and there's like 3, maybe 4 out of the 6 original movies that people agree are good. Like, 'cause some people say that Return of the Jedi isn't actually good. Like I've seen that discourse, so it's like,
There are things about it that are not very good.
okay,
That are like, oh, that's kind of annoying. I don't like that. But but there are all those things about it. They're like, that's badass. That's fucking rad. I love that. I love that. How sick that is.
yeah. All right,
I feel like that can be said for most movies also.
They all be said
know?
for most Star Wars movies in general.
Yeah.
It's an annoying thing.
Well, yeah,
oh,
my-
that's rad.
my experience watching A New Hope was just constantly being like the Leo pointing meme. I think I tweeted that out. Like, there's just so many fucking like quotes and gifs and stuff that I recognize, and just immediately was like, oh shit, he said it. He said the thing. Or like you hear like Obi-Wan mentioned like the Clone Wars or something like that, and I was like, oh, they made that a movie. I heard about that.
It's a show and a movie.
Yeah.
Oh wow, holy shit.
Like, oh my god, it all started right here in this little tiny movie. But I could kind of adjust expectations a little bit. I was expecting a lot more of Darth Vader throwing people around with his mind and shit.
Yeah.
Or like, I was expecting a lot more lightsabers, and there wasn't a ton of that. So
Yeah.
I had to lower expectations a little bit and just enjoy the ride. Pretend you don't know what's coming next,
Yeah.
and so I enjoyed it. I'd give it like a B plus maybe.
There you
I'm
go.
I'm excited to watch the next one, Empire Strikes Back, coming soon.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I'd be watching. Shout out.
Love that.
Kat, what you be watching?
We are going to shift gears a little bit. I have been watching TV,
Right,
a lot
yeah.
of TV shows
We love it.
lately. So currently I'm watching Under the Banner of Heaven.
Okay, tell me about
With
this.
Andrew
I've been
Garfield?
very intrigued. I haven't started it yet.
That one.
The man is
FX.
acting his ass off.
My
No
Mormon
wonder
king, apparently.
He wants to take a break from acting because this shit is like intense. The second episode, I was so stressed.
Okay.
It's very serious, but it's about, I think it's a true story.
Yeah, it's based on a true story.
Yeah, about a murder
In Utah?
In Utah, yeah.
I feel like they're all Mormons.
They
so-
are. They're all
okay.
Mormons. They're Latter-day Saints. And there's this one family that's just like, they're kind of wild. And it kind of just centers around them. They're the Laffertys. And Andrew Garfield is a detective. His partner is a Native American, not Mormon. So he was like on the outside looking in of this whole thing.
Kind of give me Lone Ranger vibes.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lone Ranger vibes.
It's really good. I think there's 5 episodes out right now on Hulu. So
It's a mini series, so there's not that many
yeah,
left,
it's
right?
a limited series. So I think there might be like 6 or 8. Not
Okay.
100% sure, but with the episode that I watched last night, I feel like I have so many questions. And if it's only going to be like 6 episodes, they got to wrap it up in the last one because I think last night was the 5th episode.
Right.
So, highly recommend. Really good acting. Rory Culkin is in this. He loves to.
A Culkin brother.
Yes, he was in Waco. Have y'all
I
seen
heard
Waco with
I
Taylor
haven't seen
Kitsch?
Waco. No,
I haven't
I heard
watched
it's
it.
super sick though.
It's really, really good.
If
there's
I
this
feel
thing
like
about
I
a
can't,
cult, he's gonna be
I
in it.
can't watch it because like going to Baylor, you just hate hearing about David Koresh. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
that's
I
just
have
like
a personal connection to Waco. Actually, my uncle was in the FBI and was there.
oh,
Holy
okay.
shit.
I know.
Holy
He was
shit.
at the
Kinda wild.
siege, or
Yeah.
did he catch a
Yes.
body or what? Like,
Well, not that I know of. But no, Under the Banner
can
of
you
Heaven.
can you bring
highly
your uncle on the
recommend.
pod or what's
Yeah,
up?
sure. I'll call him.
I have so many
Uncle
questions.
Scott.
Like, let's talk about Waco, the
Let's talk
show.
about-
Tell me about all the Branch Davidians, please. Who is your favorite?
Yeah.
Like, Taylor Kitsch in the show. Is that like David Kopeck or what's going on with that? Huh?
Yeah. I know you read a lot of files about a lot of Branch Davidians. Who was your favorite? There had to be one that you were like, she's kind of cool.
Not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, like there had to be. I need to know.
What accent is Andrew Garfield using? I've seen him.
American.
He's like just like straight up. It's like
Just straight up. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's any. No, it's just
I was
straight,
hoping he was
straight up
talking- Is there a Utah
normal
accent?
American.
Maybe.
I
I've
couldn't
never
tell you,
heard.
to
I've
be
never heard
honest.
a Utah. He like cries a lot in the show. He's
Oh,
like he's always on
that's good.
the brink of tears because he's like at conflict with his faith and the case. I feel
So-
like I can't say too much because I don't want to give it away.
Is
But
he
like
a Mormon?
it's really good.
Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's a Mormon and he's got a wife and 2 kids, and him and this family, they just believe different things. They're on different spectrums of Mormonism, essentially.
Okay.
I'm
And
already engaged.
Yeah.
I'm engaged right. I feel like I'm already watching this show.
He is struggling internally. He's crying all the time. He's like almost throwing up.
crying so
it's
hard he's
Crying
throwing
and
up.
throwing up.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
it's really really good. So yeah, highly
So
recommend.
is the murder like at the center of it? Is
Yes.
it one of those murders that like is super fucked, or is it like
Very much so.
okay?
Oh man.
It's not great.
All
I feel
right.
like this isn't a spoiler because it's real, like it hacked
Yeah,
him.
you can't
It's
spoil
history,
history.
Yeah, you can't spoil history. So it was a wife and a like 10-month-old baby.
Oh,
Gruesome.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
It's super duper intense.
okay.
Very.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Yeah.
I knew I was
Yeah.
gonna check it out because Andrew Garfield was in it, and like I'm a big Hulu guy personally. I
And
know
Daisy Edgar Jones of Normal People fame.
I haven't
I don't
seen
know who
Normal
that is.
People.
I don't know
What?
who that is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that is. You know,
She's-
you might show me a picture and I'd be like, oh.
She's gonna
but-
be in Where the Crawdads Sing, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know I recognize the name. I think she's gonna be Kaya, the main character,
She is,
in Where the
yes.
Crawdads Sing, which I'm very excited for. Shout out to my queen, Reese Witherspoon.
Have not read the book, but we'll be watching.
I did read the book. I'm one of those people now. I read books, but anyway, I knew I was gonna watch this. Big Hulu guy. A lot of
Yeah.
people sleep on Hulu.
Hulu's got really good stuff.
They got some shit, bro. Like especially the FX on Hulu like section.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on Atlanta.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, dude.
They
I
got
love
they got
Atlanta.
some
Never seen
shit.
that.
So yeah, I will be watching.
Yeah. Tell me what you
Definitely
think, because
on
I
the
like
banner
it
of
a
heaven.
lot. That is appointment viewing.
All
for
right.
me.
Yeah, we definitely will. And you tell us what you be watching down in the comments below, guys. I had a lot of fun discussing what we be watching. You want to plug in your socials?
Oh, yeah. At cat_Falgu on both Instagram and Twitter.
At Lord X Hinton on Twitter and at Lord Hinton on Instagram.
Garrett has fun Instagram and Twitter, and please follow Apollo HOU on Twitter and Instagram for more content like this. And we're coming at you with all kinds of pop culture, movie, TV show, music stuff all the time. So stay tuned. Hey, watch movies. It's the thing I'm going to say. Everything.
I'm
And
with it.
follow at Watch with Apollo on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, we're going to put that down below. Thank you for tuning in, and y'all be safe.